Change your life today, because tomorrow is too far away. Ethan was at his breaking point. Every morning he forced himself out of bed, dreading the long hours at a job that drained him. His personal life wasn't any better. He felt distant from friends, and he hadn't made time for hobbies or anything that brought him joy. Nothing seemed to go right, and every failed attempt to make a change left him feeling even more frustrated. It felt like his life was stuck on repeat, and he was beginning to lose hope that things would ever improve. One particularly rough afternoon, after a difficult day at work, Ethan decided to go for a walk. He didn't have a destination in mind. He just wanted to clear his thoughts and shake off the sense of despair. He wandered to a quiet park nearby, where he eventually sat down on a weathered wooden bench. As he stared at the trees swaying in the breeze, he noticed an elderly man sitting next to him, reading a small, well-worn book. The old man looked peaceful, his eyes calm and wise, a stark contrast to Ethan's own turmoil. Sensing Ethan's heavy mood, the man closed his book and looked over with a gentle smile. "Rough day?" he asked. Surprised by the kindness in the stranger's voice, Ethan nodded and found himself sharing bits of his struggles. He spoke of his dead-end job, his lack of motivation, and his longing for change, yet how every attempt he made seemed to fall apart. The old man listened patiently, without interrupting, allowing Ethan to unburden himself for the first time in ages. When Ethan finished, the man was quiet for a moment before he spoke. "You remind me of myself when I was younger," he said. "I was stuck in a similar rut, feeling like my dreams were out of reach. But one day, I came across something that changed everything for me." He leaned forward, his eyes twinkling with purpose. "Remember this. Change your life today, because tomorrow is too far away." The words landed heavily in Ethan's heart. "I kept waiting for the perfect time to start," the man continued. "But life doesn't hand us perfect moments. We have to create them ourselves. If we don't start today, we'll always find an excuse to keep waiting. Tomorrow, next month, next year, it's all just a delay. The only real moment you have is today." Ethan absorbed the words, realizing how much time he had spent waiting for a better time to change his life. Over the next few days, the old man's advice echoed in his mind. Ethan started small, setting aside time each day to work on his passions, to apply for jobs that excited him, and to reconnect with the people he had distanced himself from. Some days it felt like he wasn't making much progress, but he persisted, taking a step forward every single day. He started to feel lighter, his frustrations giving way to a renewed sense of purpose. Months passed, and looking back, Ethan could hardly recognize the person he had been. By taking action daily, he had transformed his life from one of frustration to one filled with purpose and hope. His career was on a new path, and his relationships were stronger. All it took was the decision to start that day, not some distant, elusive tomorrow. Remember, change your life today, because tomorrow is too far away. Just like Ethan, we often wait for the perfect moment to make changes. But the real power lies in starting today, because tomorrow will always be just out of reach.